Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for March 3rd. March 3rd is the 62nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 63rd in leap years, with 303 days remaining to the end of the year. Ordinarily, we do reruns on the weekend, and March 3rd is sure enough a weekend day in 2024, falling on a Sunday. But I'm trying to talk about each of the states and territories over the coming year, and we do have a state to talk about today. So here we go. Florida was admitted as the 27th U.S. state on March 3rd, 1845. Florida's capital is Tallahassee, its largest city is Jacksonville, and Miami-Dade is Florida's largest county. Florida is the 22nd largest state in the U.S. in square miles, the third most populous in the Union, and eighth in population density. Florida's nickname is the Sunshine State, but Florida also has one of the highest average precipitation levels of any of the U.S. states, and Central Florida is the lightning capital of the United States, getting more lightning strikes than anywhere else in the country. And from late spring to early autumn, afternoon thunderstorms are more common than not. And if you count water spouts, Florida gets more in number of tornadoes than anywhere else in the country, although the tornadoes across the Midwest and Great Plains, Tornado Alley, those do tend to make up for the numbers by being stronger and more intense than Florida's. Any way you count it, be careful on out there in Florida. Florida's state bird is the northern mockingbird. State flower is the orange blossom. State tree is the sabal palmetto. Florida has several state animals, the Florida panther, the manatee, and the bottlenose dolphin. Those are some of the mammals, and the American alligator is one of the reptiles. And yes, Florida does have more than one state reptile. They even have a state amphibian called the barking tree frog. No, really, here's what they sound like. Florida is home to such attractions as Walt Disney World, Kennedy Space Center, and Miami Beach, just to name a few. Florida was the first region of what would ultimately become the contiguous United States to be visited and settled by Europeans, with the earliest known European explorers arriving with Juan Ponce de Leon back in the 1500s. And it was Ponce de Leon who named the area La Florida, because of all the beautiful plant life. Florida means flowery. Florida's motto is "In God We Trust." People who live in northern states will sometimes take a second home in Florida where they might spend their winters, and those folks might be called snowbirds because they fly south for the winter. And Florida is also a popular place for former northerners to retire. Another draw is that there is no state income tax for people whose primary residence is in Florida. No Florida state income tax, I should say. I'm sure that they make up for that in some other way, but I know that's a big draw. In any case, Florida is a lovely place to visit. Just be mindful of storm season. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Me and my mouth. John, are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, hold on. We got to make that be quiet. You got to read the black part. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for, where's your microphone? Okay, we don't want to say the same thing twice. Oh, get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. Okay, we are still recording. That's great. Okay. How about that? We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.